Arsenal Football Club, based in Islington, North London, is one of the most successful and storied football clubs in the world. Founded in 1886, the club has built a legacy of triumphs, rivalries, and a commitment to an attractive brand of football. Arsenal's rich history and contributions to the sport have solidified its place in both English football and global football culture. Early years and foundation. The origins of Arsenal can be traced back to 1886, when a group of workers at the Royal Arsenal in Woolwich, South East London, formed a football club known as Dial Square. Soon after its formation, the club was renamed Royal Arsenal, and they played in various regional leagues. In 1893, the club turned professional and joined the Football League, then moving to Highbury in North London in 1913 after the club had been renamed to Arsenal Football Club. Rise to prominence. Arsenal's rise to prominence began in the early 20th century, but it was under the guidance of manager Herbert Chapman in the 1920s and 1930s that the club began to dominate. Chapman revolutionized English football by introducing tactics such as the use of the WM formation and encouraging fitness and strategic play. Under his leadership, Arsenal won its first Football League title in 1925-26, followed by numerous championships, including 2 FA Cups and another league title. His sudden death in 1934 did not stop Arsenal's progress, and they continued to flourish during the 1930s, winning 5 league titles and 2 FA Cups. Post-war struggles and revival. After World War II, Arsenal enjoyed some success but was largely overshadowed by teams like Wolverhampton Wanderers, Leeds United, and others. Arsenal experienced a lean period in the 1950s and 1960s, failing to win significant trophies. However, the appointment of Bertie Mee as manager in 1966 marked the beginning of a new era. Arsenal won the 1969-70 Inter-Cities Fairs Cup, now known as the Europa League, and in 1971, Arsenal clinched both the FA Cup and First Division title, becoming the first team in history to achieve the double twice. The 1980s and 1990s, the George Graham era. Arsenal's revival in the 1980s was spurred by the managerial tenure of George Graham, who took over in 1986. Under his leadership, Arsenal's defence became impregnable, earning the nickname the Invincibles for their disciplined approach to the game. In 1989, they won the First Division title in dramatic fashion, beating Liverpool on the final day of the season with a last-minute goal, a match often regarded as one of the greatest in English football history. Arsenal continued their success in the 1990s, winning more league titles and FA Cups. Arsene Wenger's Revolution, 1996-2018. In 1996, Frenchman Arsene Wenger was appointed as manager, marking the beginning of one of the most transformative periods in the club's history. Wenger brought with him a new philosophy of football, focusing on fitness, nutrition, and a more technical and fluid style of play, which contrasted with the traditional British approach. Under Wenger, Arsenal became known for their flowing, attacking football and their ability to develop young talent. Wenger's biggest achievement came in the 2003-2004 Premier League season, when Arsenal went unbeaten throughout the entire league campaign, becoming the first team in English football to finish a top-flight season without losing a single match, a feat that earned them the nickname the Invincibles. The 2003-2004 season also saw Arsenal win their 3rd Premier League title under Wenger's stewardship. Arsenal's success continued in the FA Cup, with Wenger leading the club to an impressive 7 FA Cup victories, more than any other manager in the competition's history. Under Wenger, Arsenal also built their new home, Emirates Stadium, in 2006, moving from their historic Highbury ground. Despite continued success in domestic cup competitions, Arsenal struggled to maintain the same level of dominance in the Premier League, particularly in the face of the growing financial power of clubs like Manchester United, Chelsea, and Manchester City. Recent years and the era of change. In the years following Wenger's departure in 2018, Arsenal has gone through a period of rebuilding, with Unai Emery briefly taking charge before Mikel Arteta, a former player, was appointed manager in 2019. Arteta, having worked as an assistant coach at Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, began to implement his own tactical ideas, blending defensive solidity with an emphasis on youth development. Arteta's early tenure saw ups and downs, with Arsenal winning 2 FA Cups under his leadership, but also facing challenges in the Premier League and Europe. However, Arteta's ability to develop young talents such as Bukayo Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe, and Gabriel Martinelli has reinvigorated the team, creating hope for the future. Arsenal's rivalries. Arsenal's most intense rivalry is with Tottenham Hotspur, known as the North London Derby. This fixture has been fiercely contested for over a century, and the matches between these two clubs are among the most anticipated in the English football calendar. Arsenal also shares rivalries with clubs like Manchester United, Chelsea, and West Ham United, and the matches against these teams have historically been high stakes, reflecting the club's competitiveness and ambition. Club culture and global impact. Arsenal has long been a club synonymous with style and class, both on and off the pitch. The club has a strong global following, with supporters across the world who are drawn to its attacking brand of football and its commitment to youth development. The Arsenal Youth Academy has produced world-class talents, and the club's focus on nurturing young talent remains a key part of its philosophy. Conclusion. Arsenal FC's history is a story of triumphs, challenges, and a never-ending commitment to playing beautiful football. From its early days in Woolwich to becoming a global powerhouse, Arsenal continues to build on its legacy with a blend of tradition and modernity. Whether it's their iconic red and white kit, the passionate support of fans, or their famous invincible season, Arsenal's place in the heart of football remains as strong as ever.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.